What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Black Minds. Glad to have you guys here with us. I got Jay Moore with me, Mr. Anderson, and I'm Mr. Sparks. As always, man, beautiful to see you guys again. We got some good information here for you. Hope you having a wonderful path. Jay Moore, anything you want to say to the people?
As well as always, path to everybody, ordered course. That means whatever you're doing, the way you're thinking, where you're eating, where you're teaching, where you're living, where you're dressing, where you are coordinating throughout your life. So everybody's path, always path. Focus on everything that you do. Have an ordered course for your life. Your life is a path. So, path to everybody, ordered course, ordered
Pat.
course.
Mr. Anderson, anything you want to say to the people?
True gender equality would be putting the toilet seat and the lid down. Everyone has to work in this community.
Oh yeah, I agree with you, man. I'm in the house with couple ladies, so I
Mm-hmm.
make sure no one ever falls in the toilet.
Yeah.
Um, but from there, man, we hope everybody's having a beautiful Saturn's Day. Hope everybody's vibrating at a good frequency. Hope everybody's energy is positive. And as always, we really hope everybody is giving and receiving the love that we all deserve. From there, man, we'll go to the child trafficking arrest. Jay Moore, you want to get us started? Child
Yeah.
trafficking arrest, child abuse cases of
Take
the
it
week.
up.
If y'all see CTA or CT, anywhere in the info or the description, guys, that's what we're talking about. I don't even know if we're supposed to be using this wording,
Mm-hmm.
but our followers ain't, super high and stuff right now, and the views ain't super high, so we may be getting away with a little bit
Yeah,
of
yeah,
wordage
yeah.
that
Right.
normal YouTube guys who's getting, you know,
Monetized and things
yeah,
like that.
10,000 plus views in a
Mm.
couple hours and stuff like that aren't getting.
But yeah, I got a little some over here. This is from the United States Attorney's Office, Middle District of Florida.
Okay.
St. Augustine, convicted child. So this is St. Augustine, Florida.
Okay.
Convicted child sex offender. Convicted child sex offender. Everybody, that means he's done this before.
Yep.
Is sentenced to 27 years for filming a video of himself sexually abusing a 13-year-old. Jacksonville, Florida, Chief United States District Judge Marcia Morales Howard has sentenced Christopher Lee Smith, 43 years old, of St. Augustine, Florida, to 27 years in federal prison for producing a child sex abuse video. Smith was also ordered to serve 10-year term of supervised release and pay $4,000 in restitution to a child victim. I don't understand what $4,000 is supposed to do to a child that was sexually abused.
Yeah, man.
Um,
They got to deal with that for the rest of their life.
you know, of course, he's a registered sex offender, having previously been convicted on January 10th, 2012, of traveling from Georgia to St. Johns County to meet an 8-year-old child for sexual activity. Smith was arrested on September 2nd, 2021, and has been detained since that time. Smith pleaded guilty on March 18th, 2024. According to court documents, on June 28th, 2021, Smith engaged in a text conversation on a social media app with an undercover FBI agent who was posing as the parent of a minor child. Smith advised the undercover agent that he wanted to have sex with the child and discussed in detail the sexual acts that he wished to perform on the child. On August 30th, 2021, Smith and the undercover agent engaged in more online conversation on the app. Smith advised that he had twice sexually abused a particular child and sent a video to the undercover agent that depicted the child being sexually abused. Through further investigation, FBI agents confirmed that the identities of both Smith and the 13-year-old victim. On September 2nd, 2021, FBI agents arrested Smith and seized his cell phone. A search of the phone revealed that Smith had been engaging in sexual explicit text messages with this 13-year-old child for several months. The phone also contained videos and photos depicting children being sexually abused. Further investigation revealed that on July 31st, 2021, Smith drove to meet this child at a retail store in St. Johns County and took the child back to Smith's residence in St. Augustine. While at the residence, Smith produced a video depicting him sexually abusing the child. Later, Smith distributed several clips of the video to the child by text message. This case was investigated by the FBI and was prosecuted by Assistant U.S. DA Rodney Brown. So you're getting 27 years, but yeah, dude, wow. And this was on Tuesday, April 15th, when this was posted. And again, this is from the United States Attorney's Office, Middle District of Florida.
Yeah, man. If one of you guys beat me to the punch, feel free. This show is for
And you know what? I meant to say that
entertainment
before.
purposes only.
I spoke on my before I spoke my story. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Trigger warnings.
Yeah,
trigger
definitely.
Warnings, trigger warnings.
That was definitely
we
one.
do apologize. We do apologize. Trigger warnings come with this show for some of the information that we do share. It may make some people feel uncomfortable. These are some sensitive subjects, but trigger warning, we do apologize, but we will carry on.
Yeah, man. Maybe a couple trigger warnings here and there. We have some information on a celebrity that's going through, court and stuff right now that may be a trigger warning a little later. I guess I'll get us started here. Cleveland church educator arrested for abuse. Andres Andino, a worship director and church for a number of Cleveland area Catholic institutes, was recently arrested for the abuse of a minor. The Diocese of Cleveland has placed him on unpaid leave while also suspended his volunteer activities. Let me see. Andino worked throughout the Cleveland area. At the time of his arrest, he was the worship director at St. John Bosco Parish. He also spent time as a choir teacher and music director at St. Joseph Parish. Among these roles, he also volunteered with young people at various events in the diocese. Let me see here. Andino also taught at St. Joseph Catholic Church in Avon Lake and Gilmore Academy. And this says, I think this is Gates Mills, possibly.
Okay.
He was 59 years old, and actually there's some lawsuits going on too, involving some more people that he assaulted. And this is pretty much in Cleveland news. I Googled it, and yeah, you can find it on Cleveland News. You can actually locate the lawyers and the firm that's working with the multiple victims that was assaulted by this guy. But again, his name is Andres Andino, and he's 59, and he worked in the Cleveland area at multiple Catholic institutions.
So whoever's listening from Cleveland, if you have any children that has been going to any of the programs of those affiliate churches, or if that name is familiar to you, maybe you might want to reach out, ask some kids some questions just to see if maybe, he kept going further and it's some missed victims, so to speak.
Yeah, trigger warning, guys. Sorry, but yeah, this guy, he worked with a lot of kids. He volunteered, with the youth. So, yeah, if you any of these places that I named, if you had any contact with any of these places, or you heard this guy's name, please talk to your youth and make sure they're fine and haven't been approached or assaulted by this guy in any way. Mr. Anderson, you got something over there?
Yeah, I got a story from the Newport Dispatch, Newport, New Hampshire, Sullivan County. 20-year-old Tennessee man faces multiple felony charges after allegedly soliciting explicit material from two 14-year-old juveniles in Newport.
And,
Jake, what was
yeah.
it? Yeah, Newport, New Hampshire. Jacob Isaiah Hahn of Johnson City, Tennessee, was arrested April 17th following an investigation that began in early March. The Newport Police Department received reports of online solicitation. Investigators executed more than 24 search warrants for social media providers, internet service providers, wireless telephone providers that deal with Mr. Hahn. Hahn faces several charges, state charges in New Hampshire as well, including manufacturing of abuse images, conspiracy to commit manufacture of abuse images, trafficking, indecent exposure and lewdness, and endangering the welfare of a child. Newport police investigators traveled to Johnson City where they executed search and arrest warrants on Hahn at his residence with the assistance of the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Tennessee also charged him with exploitation of a minor. Hahn will be facing his charges in Tennessee before being extradited back to New Hampshire to face those charges. Let's see.
Yeah.
Several agencies work together: New Hampshire Internet Crimes Against Children's Task Force, Sullivan County Sheriff's Office, Lincoln Police, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, FBI Violent Crimes Against Children's Task Force, and Johnson City Police Department. Police said additional victims and adult suspects have been identified as well in other states, and more arrests and charges are anticipated.
Okay, good. Where can we find that article again?
Again, that's the Newport Dispatch.
Now this guy here, this pervert here, was talking to a minor in a different state.
He was talking to two of them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, yeah, man. So
In
you're
two different states.
Yeah, so you're willing to drive to a state, more than likely kidnap one of these girls if they're willing to drive back with you.
Right.
I ain't saying forcefully, but he can.
Coercive.
This is a minor.
You coercive.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they're not fully.
I don't understand what's wrong with these
spoke
people.
on, he drove out of state to another state as
Yeah,
well.
yep.
It's like, that is what's wrong with them, because they know they have to do something so extreme to
Right.
try to get away with the filth that they up to.
Yep.
Like, it's insanity.
And this dude's 20. All he had to do was go to a college party with some beer, and he'd have been good,
He
bro.
would have been good.
I don't understand it.
You know?
Yeah, man.
I don't get it.
Hey guys, grow confident and faith in yourself.
Real talk.
My God.
Talk to
focus
somebody
is-
about your issues before you go.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't be scared to talk to
affecting
women, brother.
these children. Like,
Men
come
are
on.
supposed to protect and provide, bro, not diddle and mishandle children.
Yeah,
Seriously.
we're supposed to protect the babies. That's the future.
And we're supposed to provide the energy, the strength, and the knowledge. We're not supposed to be. So all of the men out there wondering what a man's supposed to be, please listen. We provide. We bring forth information. We teach.
Hmm.
We protect.
Yes, sir.
If we're not doing them things, you're not fulfilling your manhood.
Yeah, I must agree with my brother on that one.
Yes, sir.
Please, guys, like, comment, subscribe.
Let us know how y'all feel in them comments.
We'll move on to, let's talk about the tariffs, guys, because I think that's the big thing in the news right now. Everybody going crazy about the tariffs.
Going crazy.
I think you could get stuff shipped up to like $800 before they smack you with the tariff charge too. I think
Right.
from the information I was looking up, but with the tariffs, you see, China came out talking about how they're pretty much the middleman to all these top
Yes.
brands.
Yes, definitely.
People was talking.
And
Um,
Jay Moore and I had this conversation. They will make the whole bag in China, you know, have it shipped to America, Italy, wherever this brand is, get their stamp or their logo put on
Tag
it,
on it.
tag on it, and they will say it's made in Italy,
Uh,
it's made in America.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, um, I wanted to get you guys' opinion on that since you both saw.
Well, see me. I don't know where a lot of people have been. Um, I was born in August 29th, 1983, and as a child, I already was being told and taught that everything was made in China because even in '83, United States factories wasn't really developing much of nothing but steel, and we had a couple, automotive plants, still going on. That's across America, everybody. So everything came from China. And, China, they was willing to provide products for less at a faster rate, um, aka sweatshop, slave work, where most of the jobs go. You remember Michael Jordan back in the day, he was called out for his shoes because it was sweatshops that he had making the J's. These people making 8 cents an hour and you selling a damn shoe for this much money. The funniest part is what everybody has to understand is where are manufacturing factories at?
Mhm.
They're not in the United States. So where are these things being made? If you think about it, you go to Italy. What is Italy known for? Food, dress, wine, sex, that. Not manufacturing bags
Yeah.
and fine leathers. These people make these materials. They have the connections for the materials.
Well,
People have a plan. They bring it to them and they contract them to do the work.
well, they say, of course, I know we've all heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Italian leather.
No.
Um, Italian, like gold and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that they have some
I mean,
manufacturers,
it's
but
very, but it don't supply a
no
lot.
way, no way. We're smarter
These
than
are
that.
smaller meal shops where someone who personally has a boutique that make bags are going to these places that have these materials that you can still buy leathers from that are in that country.
Hmm.
But these are smaller shops. It's not. It's trust me.
So I know our camera isn't the greatest.
Yeah, we apologize. We
I
were
know
working
if I
on.
take my shoe off and
Mhm.
look at the tag, pretty much the manufacturer's tag,
Mhm.
my shoe is gonna say "Made in China,"
Somewhere.
but I have this big stamp
Uh,
on the side of my shoe that says Beaverton, Oregon, USA.
mhm.
So what I'm trying to figure out is, are these made in the USA? Which I know they're not.
No.
But you're saying they are. Now, are they distributed from this area in the USA and not made? Once they're shipped to the USA, do they
Mhm.
stamp them at this place here, Beaverton, Oregon,
Nope.
and then sell them to us for this up outrageous price? Um,
They may. They may.
They stamp it
so
because
we're
that's where the location of the business is.
Maybe.
okay.
That's what they stamping it for, and then the people just assume that that's where
That's
it's
where
made,
it's made. Yep.
and they don't correct nobody.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know my shoe says "Made in China."
Hmm.
Like I know it does.
So again,
All of my Jordans do. All of my LeBrons do. All of my Air Force Ones do.
Yep.
I think my Timberlands made. I don't know though. I'm gonna have to really look.
I know if I pop this Air Max off that say Nike all on it, it's gonna. I'm telling you, I have shirts that and clothes and articles and shoe. I have things that have labels on them and tags, and it's multiple tags on your clothes. And if you read both tags, like if you got a Gucci shirt or a Louis Vuitton shirt, it's gonna have a tag up here at the top at the neck, and it's gonna say that brand, and it may have a little off tag to say whatever size or what the But there's gonna be another tag on the inside, and it's gonna say made in China, bro.
Hmm.
And the inside tag is where they made it at. This tag up here is just the brand of it that they're adding. Adidas ain't got no. This is a throwback, a hardwood classic jersey. This is Adidas. This is Cavs. They got NBA. Who you think made it? You think Hardwood Classic made it? You think the NBA made it? You think Adidas made it? It was made in China.
You got sense. I mean, you know that. I mean, just grab your favorite item. More than likely, it's
I used to work at a place where we sold T-shirts a couple of 3-4
Where you get
years
the
ago.
T-shirts from?
It was a while ago.
Where you get the
They
T-shirt?
probably shipped them from China, but we printed the stuff that went on the
On
T-shirt,
the T-shirt,
there,
yeah.
and then we sent them out to the people that ordered them on the web.
Yeah, y'all got
That's
the
how we
T-shirt.
did it,
Y'all
right.
got the T-shirts.
Yeah.
Y'all printed them.
Big
and
ass
so-
boxes, and they probably came from China.
yeah.
So,
But I mean, that's the way they, like you said, since the '80s. That's the way they always been doing it. Maybe the young people wasn't as hip as what's going on, so that's why they trying to spread it on TikTok. But, you know what I'm saying?
It's nothing new, everybody.
No.
And I'm assuming that's part of the reason why people was mad, because the prices is gonna go up.
My only gripe was we should be a little bit more upset on how we set up our import export and how
Thank you.
our
Yep.
systems and government
Thank
chose
you.
to rob us for our money, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
It's how they set the stuff up. It's like we went to the grocery store and we got, you know how many people we got? We supposed to get like 2 gallons of milk. We only get 1, and then I drink the last of it. You gonna be mad at me? No, be mad at the person who didn't get the 2 gallons. You can't be mad at me because I drunk the last of it. That's all that was available.
I'm gonna tell you like this: if y'all go over to China, ain't nobody fighting over no Jordan releases.
Nope.
Ain't nobody fighting over Jordan releases. Why do they do that to us? Why do they limit us to certain? You got to pay attention to how they make us
And
consume
brainwashed.
things.
Now, Jay Moore and I had this conversation as well, and you know we're kind of moving off the tariffs, but we're staying on it.
Yeah, we
But,
are. We are.
Like with the Jordan thing,
Mhm.
they're all made in China.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll say there's 5, 6 factories. Okay,
Mhm.
let's say factory 2
Mm,
make Jordan 1s better than factory 4.
gotcha.
So Nike will send one of their representatives out there, and you know they go to all the factories. They will ask all the factories to make
Yep.
this Jordan 1.
Right.
Give us a
All
test
5 or
run.
6 of them.
Yep, give
They'll
us a
ask
test
all
run.
the factories,
Yeah.
and they like, oh man, factory 2 got the best Jordan 1s, man. You know, factory 1, their soles kind of too thin, or you know, factory 3,
The stitching
yeah.
type.
Right.
Yep.
So, what people need to realize is we've been got over on.
Duped.
Every day, all the time.
That's a fair word.
Really,
duped.
there's
That's
not.
a good one.
There's really not any fake items
No.
out here.
No.
It's like
'Cause
it's
all
all about
got from-
material.
Unless it's
just
some
the
place
materials,
that
that's it.
Nike don't know about. Like, they gotta have knowledge that, okay, these people is printing our shit.
It really
It's-
don't matter if they know about it or not, because more than likely they used that factory before, and that's why this factory feels
They still
comfortable
got the
enough
materials.
to be like, hey,
Okay.
we can
This
produce.
factory always do the 5, 6, and 7s,
Mm.
but they had the opportunity to produce some 5. I mean, let's say some 4s. But they, like you said, they didn't like the stitching on how they did on the 4s, but they're gonna let them do this. But they still got the imprint, and they still got the material, so they could make the damn shoe and ship it out to some other sellers.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the motherfuckers that be blatantly phony, like the logo don't look the same.
Oh yeah,
That's
them
what
Walmart-
I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
you talking about some Walmart special.
That's what I'm talking about.
But let's talk a little bit more
That's the
about.
only counterfeits that there
Let's
are.
talk about
Jordan
what,
had the fist.
how you guys feel, because yeah, we was talking about the
That's why I be great.
we talking about the 7 ring, the Jordan 7 ring.
Right.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Let's talk about the tariffs though, man. How do you guys feel about how Trump is handling the countries with the tariffs? Because it seems like everybody is on board, because I think he gave like a 90-day delay now or something.
Yeah.
Because everybody jumped on board but China.
Right.
So he did the little 90-day delay.
The fight
Right.
was with China.
Now-
Yeah.
Honestly, man, I think, in my opinion, he's really being smart because I don't know what to think of Trump. I don't know if Trump wants to expose these big companies as well to let the average Joe know, like, yo,
Trump's
y'all getting
arrogance.
due.
Yeah, Trump's
I don't-
arrogance tells me that. And I don't mean to cut you off, but it do. Remember, right before he got elected, when all of the drones up in New Jersey,
Okay.
and he did that press conference on TV, and he was like, "Man, look, I know what's going on. They know what's going on. I don't know why they won't
Tell
me."
y'all. Yep.
So I do believe. I mean, I don't even think it's just arrogance. It's just who he is. It's like this shit ain't important. Like y'all should know. Like the fuck, He has that kind of an attitude about a lot of things.
And we were talking about, even, I don't mean to get off subject, guys, how Netanyahu was bombing and stuff. And I don't know if we brought it up. Like, did he get these bombs from Trump? Or is this like stock that he got from Biden? Because this is like, I saw Trump do a little press conference or whatever, meeting, but Netanyahu was there, and they asked Trump right in front of Netanyahu, like, is you gonna lower the tariffs on Israel? It's like, no. It's like, no. And dude was sitting right there, bro. So it's like, I don't know if Trump, like, really he don't work for nobody. Is it like,
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know what to think with him no more, because I always felt like the sides working together, but he dogged both sides. He dogged people around the country, around the world. It don't matter. It's like, he's just 100, bro. If Barack was like a real dude from Chicago, this is how he would be.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, bro.
Barack took the corporate professional route. First man of pigmentation currently to, hold that seat. So, of course his whole thing was to be a specific way.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, if I'm a man of color and I'm really, being a man, I ain't, look here, I'm doing it the way I want to.
Yeah.
I'm doing it
I mean, just to see what happened to him before he got elected. They tried to knock him down a few times. I don't really know if he's on the side of the higher ups necessarily. Now, he might have hired a couple people that may be, and he don't know yet.
Yeah.
But just the moves he making, because I really thought Trump was an Israel ass kisser. I thought he was one of them, we gotta take care of them. But I'm looking at him, he let them bomb a school. And it's like, he ain't saying nothing. So is he like trying to show the world, like, this is how they get down, and I want y'all to see this. We don't want nothing to do with this.
Right.
We just want y'all to see how they get down.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about, it's been
Seemed
on,
like he played both sides. You can't figure it out now.
I don't even know. Yeah, because, at one point it seems like he
talked about the tariffs, and then the stock market went down. Everybody got mad, and then when he paused the shit, the stock market went right back up.
Yep.
But then people they didn't give him no credit. And I mean, it didn't go all to you didn't gain back everything that you lost, but at least the moves he made, he was trying to adjust that shit. He just didn't say fuck y'all and let the shit keep falling.
Yep.
And people just he the moves. I was debating with somebody on IG. He emulated like 10% of the economy went down on him. But then in the sentence before, you talking about because of the money moves they make, where the money not backed by nothing, the money done went down over time like 95%. So what's 10% on 95? Like, it makes no sense to me.
Oh my God.
They don't want to give them the credit for positive, but they all in the comments on the negative shit.
Yeah, and that's just where I'm at. I'm trying to figure this out again.
Yep.
Because at one point I thought Trump was just super racist.
You gotta call out both things, bro. Whatever's bad and whatever's good.
Yeah,
that's how you gotta
I
roll.
say it all the time.
In 2015, I thought Trump was a racist.
I never have been a fan of Trump, but I never had nothing against him.
Right.
And trust me, I'm 41, finna be 42. I still feel the same way I felt when I heard about this dude in the late 80s.
I mean,
I don't hate him. I don't like him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He done some things I don't like. He done said some shit I think is funny. He done said some
Right.
stuff I do like.
Right.
He done made some stuff happen I like. He done made some stuff happen I don't like.
Like, exactly.
So I'm an even kill person anyway because this is the end objective. Now me, again, like I said, with the tariffs, I know the reason why he did this tariff thing became such a new thing for everybody, and it's just tariff. Yeah. It's a deal. It's a work. It's a play.
Yep.
I've been saying it because I had to do my own research. Like,
Yep.
what really could this
Yes.
be? Why would he be utilizing this? And it's a play. And like he just mentioned, the damn stocks hit the floor. Then he made a move. Pause. And then it went boom.
Right.
I said it's a play. What else? They trying to bring factories over here.
Yep.
He trying to figure out how to make it less for us to get what we
The
need.
chip company. What is it? ADM or AMD? The chip company.
Andy.
AMD.
Yeah, who make the chips for the I think they
Oh,
GPUs or CPU chips for computers, the processor chips.
NVIDIA.
No, it's ADM
Oh, that-
or something.
that other
They're
company.
I think they about to build like a $500 million company or something here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they invest in 500 million. It may be even more. I might be off,
Yeah.
but they're investing in building a company here.
Yeah.
So I believe the tariffs is working.
I see the play.
We got to
Yeah.
do more
I
research
see
on
the play.
China. We got to do more research on China,
As far
and it's
as
gonna be hard because we
Trust
know about
me.
the CCP. The Communist Party of China.
You're not putting everything on there.
So we don't know everything.
Yeah.
We don't know everything. So we got to do a little bit more research on what's going on in China because China deep. They got face recognition cameras.
Man,
You get tickets
listen
for
here.
jaywalking.
Listen
They
here.
cut
Listen.
and take money out your check for jaywalking.
Did
All
I,
this type
did
of
I
crazy
tell
stuff.
you about how they have a new way of producing energy over there? I can't remember the exact city, y'all. I do apologize. Brothers, I do apologize. I didn't save it in my phone, but over there they have some new, like, sidewalks and pathways where people
Yeah.
be going through, and they're, like, pressurized. And with the pressure of your footstep walking, it's tapped into a energy grid, and it helps to power
Oh yeah.
the city just from people just
You showed
walking.
it to me.
Yeah.
You showed it to me.
So it like Sparks was saying, like they so ahead, and the craziest part is it's not that we need to chase China, because our government and our controllers already know about this stuff too, but they're trying to, at their discretion, give it to us in increments and act like, boom, oh, we really figured this out. When man, people is ahead, bro.
That China stuff, it seems like they try to control their image, and here they really try to control us more. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they want all of their people to be like this.
Right.
They over in China, they want everybody to be like this. All
They just
the way
wanted
up
to
here.
look like that over here.
And they still got more people in power, but they still want everybody to be superior.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Over here, it's like, no, we want to have this kind of people. We gonna keep these people
Yep.
down. And only one group can get this, and we
Yep.
might let somebody do that.
I've-
That's terrible.
I've done a little research on China, and they sneaky.
It's
They're
hell.
buying land here.
Yeah.
I've done a little research. They have police. They have like police forces here.
Mm-hmm.
They got like police stations and
Yeah.
forces
Off
here.
book
So let me tell
stations
you.
that
Let me,
people
So-
let me tell you one of the things I'm gonna do. Okay, I'll let y'all know. So when we break down how people look in the areas that was populated, if you pay attention to certain people's sons who was given certain areas and looked certain ways, you can really get a better understanding on why those people are that way.
Right.
You got Africa, you got the dark skin, you gotta pay attention to who had that dark skinned son that took that area. When you think about Asia, you gotta think about which son was given that land to take over there. We're gonna definitely drop them gems on one of these episodes.
Yeah, we have to. We was talking about Trump a little bit, man. Did y'all hear he talked to Iran? Because you remember Jay Moore brought it up a couple shows back, that they declared war against the U.S. But actually, Netanyahu was there, and they asked Trump about that, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Iran." And yeah, Netanyahu had one of them faces again, and they asked him. They asked not Netanyahu, how should we handle it, U.S. or how would he handle it? I think, and he said the Libyan way. So what happened? That was Gaddafi. So we know what happened.
Right.
So that's the type of stuff he on, and the type of stuff Trump on is he's like, yeah, I want to talk to him.
Right.
I don't want to handle it the Libyan way.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out with Trump, man, because I see a lot of good stuff he doing, but I see a lot of who knows what he's doing.
But like you said, who did you say? Iran, correct?
Yes, sir.
And what have we shared with you all multiple times? Iran has how many different military factions?
Right.
Yeah, they just want a nuclear. They want that nuclear, and Trump ain't having it. He like, we can talk, we can do whatever, but ain't no nuclears happening. And the whole thing about it is somebody done snuck Netanyahu some nuclear, so he just think he a tough dude. But Trump, I don't know. He was looking at Trump crazy when Trump was like, yeah, I'm not, I'm charging them the tariffs. And he said he was talking to Iran. Netanyahu's face was crazy both times, guys.
Yeah, they had a meeting in Rome, Trump and the foreign minister for Iran. He was like, I want Iran to be great, prosperous, and terrific, but they can't have a nuclear.
Yep, I saw it. I watched it. I just told y'all that, right?
That's what he said, right.
I watched it.
Yep.
I saw a little video on YouTube, and
I feel that. I'm with him on that one.
yeah. So Barker see where I'm at. I watched that. We was talking about war a little bit, man. Let me talk about this gay bomb.
Yeah, bro. We talked about that on the old show.
That's like 6 years old, bro, for us.
Yeah.
And when did it originate? Because I couldn't remember exactly offhand which
90.
war where they created it. No,
They
the
was
war
testing
that
it.
they
They
was
was
testing
testing
it to use it. It was back in the day where they didn't use it, but they had it, and they was using it differently.
Yeah.
They didn't quite use the bomb, but they was using it. They was using it in injection form. Back in the day, they didn't actually use the bomb, but they was
94.
using it.
Here you go. The U.S. Air Force once made plans for a gay bomb that would use chemical aphrodisiacs to make enemy soldiers irresistibly attractive to each other.
But this is a little bit.
This is on the Daily Mail, guys.
Yeah, but this is supposed
to
to
be a 6-year project costing $7.5 million.
Yeah, 7.5
figure
million.
out how to make a bomb that turn people gay, bro.
They've been trying to do something like that, some type of bomb that'll make the people not fight on the other side of the.
I can't think of it, man. Damn it.
Make them laugh, poison them, like different things they was trying.
It was because I'm trying. It was an earlier war.
So let me read this paragraph right here. It's short. The bizarre plan formulated by the military's Wright Laboratory in 1994 was part of a 6-year non-lethal weapons development project.
Yep.
And it costed $7.5 million and was ultimately scrapped.
They say that about everything.
But yeah, I highly doubt it. I think they were using those aphrodisiacs in the foods because what this ain't 94, it wasn't banging like that. You will see some here and there.
The key is
non-lethal. All I do know
Non-lethal.
All I do know is everybody, currently in 2025 is so many women on women, men on men.
They follow my noses.
I'm gonna just say that.
The cereals.
And we all
follow my noses.
We all know in the early 2000s is when it started to boom with the man on man, woman on woman. So if you're saying
I think they
the military scrapped it in '94, they probably figured out another way to use it.
Yeah.
Because again, nothing against nobody in their sexuality, but if you look at time and if you look at decades and if you look at things, it was an immediate boom in the early, middle 2000s to currently where it was gay relationships.
Um, let's move on, guys.
Where we going?
We'll move to something Mr. Anderson wanted to talk about, the Blue Origin flight. Mr. Anderson, I'll let you get us started with that one.
Yeah, they keep doing these Blue Origin flights, man.
Let the people know, a little bit.
The private flights through Jeff Bezos, his company, and they got a lot of backlash. I was seeing. Number one is pretty frivolous when there's other important things going on. The Palestinian people getting killed and kids missing and all the things that we talk about. So that was one of the things that they was getting backlash for. And then the other thing was that it looked very fake, just like all the other space missions that they've been on seem fake to me.
Yeah. For everybody, explain to the people what it was, Mr. Anderson, and
It was a whole bunch of
who
stuff.
took the Blue Origin flight.
Yeah,
a whole bunch of females. I only knew like two of them. They said
Katy Perry.
They said
Katy
it was
Perry
all
was
famous.
the one for me.
Gayle King.
We got Jeff Bezos' fiance, Lauren Sanchez, Katy Perry, film producer Carrie Ann Flynn, rocket scientist Aisha Bow, I'm not sure, I think it's Bow, and civil rights activist Amanda Nguyen. I only knew Katy Perry.
Yeah,
No,
Gayle
none of them
King
people.
wasn't there.
Yeah, Gayle King was there too. Yeah, that's the other one I knew.
Yeah, that was super fake.
Oprah's friend.
Yeah, that was super fake.
Yeah,
bro.
they got videos on TikTok where they looking through the window and it looked like a mannequin's arm, and when the thing landed back down, there wasn't no dust on it. Re-entry, the stuff's supposed to burn up, and it looked like they only just painted half of it to make it look.
Yeah, the little balloon. Excuse me, man. Look, bro. See, my problem was, and we spoke on this, but let me just bring this back. The people that was lost in space, right?
Right.
Two astronauts, who we are all privy of that, they were stuck.
On the space station.
Yeah, and they couldn't go
Getting
nowhere.
different
And
outfits.
then next thing you know, they had Christmas gear
and bunny ears as close to
They
the
had that in storage, man. They got all that stuff up there.
And then next thing you know, it was a reporter.
Several reporters up there. What?
Yeah, we had this conversation. We had this conversation.
On the previous show.
And what did you guys do last
We
week?
talked about that.
And they left and went home and
And
left
they went
them up
back
there.
Right.
No!
I don't believe anything anybody says about no space. We discussed that on a previous show, even in 1969.
I'm glad.
I don't believe that neither.
I'm glad Barker brought up the Blue Origin flight because can you pull up the logo?
The logo of their outfits?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another thing they was talking about. The astronauts got to wear them suits and the helmets, and they had on skin-tight blue outfits.
The logo.
You turned it upside down, looked like a snake or something?
Nah, the logo was the bottom.
Oh, that's what
top.
it was. Okay.
Like the logo.
It looked like something when they turned it over. They turned it over and then they zoomed in on
You don't even got to put it. You ain't even got to turn it upside down. The logo is the bottom.
Oh, really?
It's the Blue Origin flight logo.
Or something like that, yeah. It looked like a snake to me, but hey, anyway.
No, it's like a satellite on it or something. It's like the ship or something.
Okay.
It's like the little capsule thing.
We knew it wasn't good.
My service ain't the best.
I can't see. The people can look at it.
This look
Yeah,
like
man.
a feather.
Look it up and go to images or something.
It's giving me a feather, bro.
That's weird. You'd have to look up.
You gotta look at
the all-female crew.
Yeah, you gotta look at the uniforms they had on.
People can just go to images and look at it.
Yeah, you can
Or one of those videos and just, they zoom in on it. But yeah, it was very suspicious. I agree with
it
you.
look a lot of CGI stuff going on.
Well, we was talking the other day. We both got cracks in the windshields of our car, bro. How do they what type of glass is that on a spaceship, bro?
That thing.
Like none of that stuff I believe. What type of glass are they using that don't that's fine in space, but our stuff got hit by a pebble and it's cracked all the way in half.
Well, Bezos opened the door too early.
Yeah. The door was
Well,
open
no,
from
they
the
opened
inside.
the door
Yeah, they
too
opened
early.
it from the inside.
They didn't wait for Jeff.
And then he went up there. He had this tool. Looked like he was trying to open it, and then they opened it from the inside
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
Like all of it looked suspicious.
They said, close it, close it. Okay, let's see here. All right, Jay Moore, you wanted to talk about the Republican Democratic fall. So, take off with that. What you wanted to share with the people about that.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. You know, the reason why I said the Republican Democratic fall is because it's an ultimate fail. From the beginning, it was the only, political party was Republican. It was just that alone within itself. And can I get an ad?
In the wig? Or was it? Wasn't Washington and them the wigs?
Yeah,
The people who wore
that
the
was
wigs?
with the wigs. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
But then that turned into the Republicans, didn't it?
After mine, because the Democrats started from like trying to scare blacks from being Republican.
Right.
Because we have to pay
Because
attention.
the blacks started the Republican Party, and they
Right,
were on
right.
their own party.
But wait for it. George Washington and them is the ones that refashioned the government
Mm-hmm.
and made it. Because I'm trying to remember what the original name was. Because that's when it was under the Confederacy Republic when George Washington, because he was appointed, and it was this and that, and they retitled the name of it because they was taking control of the government.
Yeah, it was like
Because
the Republican.
originally it was governed by us because of the land. They came over and tried to govern. But anyway, just move forward. The reason why I says the fall of it is originally it was one party, the Republic, after everything, which of course was created by us. And when they brought in the Democratic Party, it was pretty much like a counter. Like, oh, well, we got the red guy, let's make the blue guy. You know what I'm saying? It was just a counter to interfere. Now, the reason why I say it's a failed is because the Democratic Party, if no one has ever paid any attention, it tries to favor to the, shall I say, lesser than up people. They cater to the hood or to, the black
The less
people.
fortunate.
Less fortunate,
I got you.
thank
I
you.
got you.
And it's a Sambo play in our face, or to those who think that they want to go Democratic for the reasons what they say. Oh, we need to help those unfortunate, hitting you with the Martin Luther voice, and they've done nothing for any of the less fortunate people, that they preach to. It's almost like the false prophets in certain places that they call churches. But my point is, it's a fail because if it's already one party and then you bring somebody up to be like a challenge to try to appeal and appease to a certain party, and that's all it is. It's an appease and appeal factor, and it really destroys whatever the opposite could be doing, because now we have to be in an appeal and a competition, or I'm doing something that I really need to be doing and this and that. Because again, if you've done what has the Democratic Party ever done for anybody? White, black, rich, poor, outside of get donations, make a lot of statements, and do nothing. I'm not saying Republicans and all Republican parties get everything done, because they do the same thing, but guess what? Nobody can do anything collectively because we're chasing against each other.
That's the whole point. They
Yeah,
don't
it's
want
called a
people
division
to,
scheme.
They don't want people to be collective.
And
Yep.
That's
It's
why
called
you
a
gain your
division
power
scheme.
back.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I want to bring that to our table and just bring it.
That's just a good point, man. But when it comes down to it, man, it's a division scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Everything really
most
is, it seems like.
Yeah, and it's like most what most melanated people are what?
Mm.
Democrat, right?
Exactly.
And they be like,
Because their parents were.
and yeah, and they be like, Republicans racist, and that's the first thing they say about Republicans. They racist and all this crap, and it's like, bro, I'm closer to a Republican now than a Democrat because just their ethics and the way they think, they sense is just more common.
Yeah.
They got common sense, bro. Like, so, um, like Mr. Anderson said, man, that's why a lot of people are in church. It's just how they were raised. It's a following mentality, and ain't nothing wrong with being in church if it's making you do the right things in life. But that's something you have to learn on your own, man.
Something wrong if you're there and you're not learning nothing.
Yeah,
You think
man.
space is real and the Bible tell you it ain't. Which one you gonna listen
I mean,
to? Flat out.
bro, it's just you have to realize we're dealing with people, a lot of people, because we're here for a reason. We're here to teach the chosen few. And a lot of people are here to teach just the chosen few who want to learn. So you got to realize we're dealing with a lot of people who just won't get it. You know, they'll even watch you and everything. Just like with me, bro. I could still be like Trump a super racist. The only president who let out more blacks than any other president from prison.
Yeah.
But I could still be sitting here like he is super racist. The only president who was guaranteeing HBCUs this money.
Yeah.
You have to realize, bro, everybody don't wake up. Everybody just don't have common sense. And hopefully the world is shifting in a way to where a lot more people will wake up. But we're dealing with a lot of people who won't. We can only teach the chosen few. Me and Jay Moore have this conversation.
Yeah.
Like, you will be going crazy thinking you can change and help someone who don't want to be changed or helped.
Yeah.
So, they don't want to help
themselves.
themselves, and you will go crazy trying to help them, man, and change them, and it's just not going to happen.
That's what you deal with, just dealing with like regular people,
On a
like
daily
the fam
basis.
or whatever, you know what I mean?
Me and Jay Moore had that conversation.
Yeah.
That's where it came from. So, just, man, we love everybody who pays attention, who watches us, who, really learns something, and who, want to learn something, who want to change and evolve, bro.
Understanding. Take the ing off if you need to unconjugate the word. Understand. That is a big thing. Understanding. To know. That makes you so much more solid in your thoughts and your steps. To understand.
So we were on Jay Moore's Democratic Republican fall. And, I believe the only way we're going to come together as a people is for that to happen. But people ain't smart enough, bro.
And I just really feel like I mean, people have said it for a long time. Our political system is a failure. But I really just wanted to, just heighten the focus. Like, the fall came when somebody thought it was a good point to make a divide.
Yeah. Everything is division, even with the religions, bro.
And,
like,
and
we have
who
these
is?
multiple denominations who believe in the same thing. Then you have pretty much the same books that believe in the same thing, pretty much, but the stories are different.
Names
It's
is
like,
different.
yeah, man. We have to just realize that we can only teach those who want to be taught.
That's the truth.
That's why we're here.
Right.
We're here to teach those who want to be taught, man. We may be quantum physicists or whatever it is, but we want people to shift and evolve. That's our goal.
Yeah.
We could all still be stuck in a certain way, and we're not. Like, we from the streets. Like, so we can still be. Like, I want to talk about RFK, man, endorsing the MMR point, the vax.
Have they changed
It's
them
the
since
what?
the 80s or the
Measles
90s?
Mumps,
and
rubella.
rubella. Yeah.
Because them the ones that we had. We ain't have all the extra ones they got now. Them the ones
Well,
that
I
we had.
heard that all of them got this. The what's the name in it now? The
So they changed
mRNA,
it.
whatever.
So they changed
I
it.
heard everything
Okay.
has that in it now.
Okay.
So I looked into this, and Candace, she's still going. You know, a lot of we might have left her alone after the presidential thing, but she gone, and she think RFK somebody got him, like somebody got stuff on him,
Yeah.
and all this. She think he might be on some tapes and all type of stuff. So, but he is, you know, he endorsing this shot thing, but
Five.
he wants to have scientists do an independent study
Right.
on all the vaccines
Yeah.
and see what's going on.
First.
Now, me and Barker, when we had the show in the past, we had the list,
Yeah.
the
Of all
CDC
the
list
ingredients.
of the ingredients,
Mhm.
and you would find stuff like monkey cells.
Yeah.
You would find like
Is there
K9.
ammonia and stuff in there?
Yeah,
That's
you would
crazy
find like
stuff.
K9 DNA.
Mm.
And the one that got me really was the human. It was the human
Embryo.
I'm waiting on
that's
because
it.
I wasn't there. I'm looking like, please.
the human fetal.
Yeah.
And that is in some
And that
vaccines.
was on
And that's a person,
the
guys.
CDC site, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
and that's a person. We got to think you being injected
Mhm.
with another person.
Yeah, because I remember you were talking about that. You're like, oh, what if it's a black
Human-
guy and they're giving them embryo and it's from a white guy, and it might be something in that DNA or chromosome that'll kind of damage you because it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not
Natural.
exactly
But
what
in
it's
fact,
saying.
I believe we did the research on it, and it
Yeah.
comes from a black woman or
Okay.
something.
Okay.
I think we did the research.
But I
on
remember
it.
you had
It was
asked that question,
human.
and I think that's
But
what
now-
preceded that.
with the babies. They be, you know, they be the aborted ones and stuff. They be using a lot of stuff from
Parts and pieces.
tissues,
Mhm.
tissues. That's what I mean.
Stem cells,
Yeah.
they call them. Stem
So-
cells.
And you know, we ain't super big, so I ain't too worried about the wording. But I don't want to get that. Yeah. But we went over that years ago. But it's the tissue cells. That and they inject it in people, and it's in vaccines and stuff like that now. So go to the CDC website and look at the list of ingredients for the pokey pokes, the Vizaxness,
Yep.
the Viznaxes.
All the
They tell
way,
you.
all
They tell
the
you
way
the
back,
ingredient.
all the way back. Wasn't nobody injecting nothing inside of nobody's veins, bro. It was always something that they just mixed up and gave naturally.
Yeah, they probably were drinking it, giving it to the babies, just drinks and stuff like that with the breast milk,
I'm not
possibly.
With you people.
But yeah, go look up the CDC website and you can actually see the ingredients in the Vizaxes.
So it was a couple years ago. Measles, mumps, and rubella came up actually. I think it was over in Europe or Canada. It was an outbreak of measles, mumps, and rubella a couple years ago. And it was weird to me then when I heard about it because it's like, we all got that shot when we was kids in the 80s. Like, well, I thought that been gone. How did you just have another outbreak? So if it's coming over here and they up here trying to come up with a vaccine or whatever, just telling people, don't get it.
Either they are trying to get people to get the new shot with the
Keep you
know,
some
The new
turmeric,
focus pump. Yeah.
keep you some turmeric and some ginger root and stuff like that.
I don't know.
Talk about this FSU situation real quick, guys, before we go to the Ninja News. You guys hear about it.
Yeah, another tragedy. I don't understand these, like I was saying before, if, you know, it's a kid, his stepmother used to be a deputy or a sheriff or something, and he took her gun.
One of her
weapons,
older.
one of her weapons, and was standing in a garage shooting random people. Why, if you're angry, why don't you go after the people that actually did something to you? Like the stories don't never make sense of these lone guys doing these things. It makes me suspicious. You know, I hate for people to get injured in any type of way. You know what I mean? But the stories behind these things that never make no sense to me.
Yeah, man. I believe a lot of these people. We on the world stage, man. So
They're trying
crisis actors and stuff
they're
like
trying to
that.
elicit fear from these stories. Is what I'm thinking.
Rest in peace to anyone who lost their life with
Right.
this person. Who knows, man? If we could be dealing with the Mortal Kombat Ultra, Ultra,
Yeah.
Combo breaker.
Anything.
the Mortal Kombat Ultra. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. Them letters. Them first letters, guys. The Mortal Kombat Ultra. Yeah, so we don't know what we're dealing with, guys, with that situation. Might have got offered some money to take care of their family for the rest of their life. Who knows, man? Who knows? We don't know what we're dealing with.
I don't never know why there's no specific target. Why you I never understand the motives behind these things. That's where you always got to look at the motive. Why would somebody do something?
Yeah, man. J. Moore?
I'm really just sitting up here, wondering what's supposed to happen to the mom.
Yeah.
She was like retired and she was working like as a kid in a school somewhere, and she took a leave of absence. So I don't know what they gonna do. Maybe she
And how old was
she
he?
should have locked it up. I think he was like 17.
Because I'm trying to
she
figure
in
out how
trouble.
old she is and what kind
She
of
should've locked it up.
If
what
he
kind
under
of
18,
teaching,
she in
what
trouble.
kind of teaching is going on at home
And he-
again? Everybody,
she-
everybody.
She done took him to the
You
range.
see what I'm saying?
Cause he in the garage and he got a couple people.
And
so
what
Yeah.
kind of
he knocked a
mentality
couple
are
people
you?
down. What was it?
It's like
Two?
five or six injured,
And he got like two.
of them.
Yeah.
What kind of
Rest in
training?
peace.
What are you saying with this training that you're giving them? I'm not saying that you should not show your children how to defend and arm themselves. I'm not against that. I'm not. But what kind of training and teaching are you putting with it? Are you giving negativity with this training? Are you bringing a bad mindset going along with this training? It's the teaching again, and for someone to feel like I'm gonna go get this and do this, that tells me the training wasn't what it should have been.
The discipline ain't what
discipline.
it should have been.
What if it was a setup? Somebody could have did that crap and then wiped their prints off and put the gun in his hand.
We don't know what happened.
We right.
Well, like I just said,
We never know.
They present us with these goofy stories.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. I don't understand the motive for these things.
okay.
People just going to movie theaters and just like, you mad at the producer? Like, why are you doing this? Like, come on.
All right, real
Write a
quick,
letter to the company.
since we on school situations, let's run over Carmelo Anthony real quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They say he was supposedly sitting in the other team's area.
Tent or something.
Yeah. But why challenge somebody? It's like you trying to put yourself in that situation so you can pull out the knife and say you was justified.
Well, from what I found out from the police report that's out now, he was talking to his friend, number one.
Okay.
It was pouring raining, so he was probably headed to his tent, and it just started coming down.
Oh, so he was just seeking shelter.
Yeah,
Okay.
I read the police report.
Okay.
He was talking to his friend.
Yeah.
He was approached by multiple guys.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just Austin. What is his name? Austin Metcalf.
Yeah.
I know that the Metcalf guy. He was asked not to be touched. Well, this is all in the police report, and the witness stated it. They grabbed his bag twice. Joe Brown did an interview, said that could be considered as robbery.
Oh, taking the bag.
Yep.
Grabbing that
Twice.
Stuff,
So, and the witness said he was also pushed.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
I heard he yoked him up and some other stuff too.
yeah, and he was approached by multiple guys, man. And in any situation, we're grown men. Just being approached, you're gonna be uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a little bit about him though. The dude had a 3.7 GPA, and he was a two-sport star.
Yeah, they say his mother say he had two part-time jobs or something.
And yeah, he actually was working.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Um, what's being asked guys a lot is why did he have a knife at school?
Correct.
Because
That's against the rules,
it's
obviously.
it's free to have a knife, like to protect yourself. But school policies
Right.
is you can't have weapons on schools, school
Yep.
premises and stuff like
Or
that.
school
Understood.
functions.
And another question that's being asked is, was it self-defense?
That's what I said. If you say, hey, if you touch me, I'm gonna do something to you. You know what I'm saying? Just like I don't get it. Like, and then number two, you gotta have the appropriate reaction. They didn't come at you with a knife. Why you coming at somebody with a knife? They came at you with some hands. So that's the way you gotta have the same reaction. You can't go over the what the other person did. You see what I'm saying?
I see where you at with that, but dealing with certain situations, man, I'm not saying he right or wrong.
We grew up differently,
the
number one.
elevation of things come because of judging, from my opinion, from the information that I've obtained about this story. I would have had a knife too, because apparently it's different from when you able to batten down the hatches, take that deep gulp, and start decking somebody.
Yeah.
It's definitely different to have a weapon and stab somebody, but sometimes people don't have that in them to fight, to throw a punch, but they may have it in them to pull a trigger or hit you with something or
Right.
stab you.
Right.
Now, I'm definitely not saying that the boy is right for using a weapon. I feel like he should have punched him in the face,
Right.
because according to the information, apparently he was being bullied, and not to mention these, some of the guys they're known for bullying people, so it's a normal.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm just judging the book by its cover, but his little mug shot, man, the boy looked like he finna piss his pants. You know what I'm saying? So I know it was a situation where he was nervous. He definitely made the wrong choice by getting a weapon. Because me personally, after raising, my own children and being a football coach and having to deal with my own life being younger and having to deal with young boys' life, what I know is talk to some damn body.
Yeah.
If this boy or these boys messing with you and if you're scared to fight, kick somebody's ass, man, talk to somebody who can handle the situation,
Yeah.
get the situation,
Yeah.
or be that physical presence as though as if somebody really got their ass whooped. So, but at the same time, dealing with the situation of the pigmentation of the people, I'm not sure of the area. I don't live there. I don't know really the dynamics and the geographics of that situation, but I will say if it's, excuse my French, some cocky white boys bullying on a black kid, that kind of tells me where they at. And them type of demographics. Again,
Well, it's a lot
You
going
know,
on.
You gotta live with the consequences of your
you
actions.
definitely do.
I
That's
mean,
what it
well,
is.
as of right now, I think he's out on bond.
Yeah. They
He,
lowered his bail.
he
They
got
said
like
the
a meal
judge-
ticket. They people done donated like $1 million to him or something.
I seen, I didn't mean to cut you, but I seen like a press conference thing with the mom
Yeah.
the other day. She was up there crying, saying that her and her husband, pretty much at the point where they've been forced to take leave from work because their job addresses and home addresses been posted all everywhere, and
Well,
they're receiving threats and death threats and things of
well,
that nature.
I heard
behind
SWAT.
this.
We heard about the gun situation.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit last week. How Carmelo Anthony had a prop, and I've seen the picture blown up.
Mm.
with everyone in the picture. It's like him with 3 other guys, 2 of them white. So 2 of this dude's best friends were white.
Yeah.
Um, also, we talked about how the what's their name, guys? What's their last name? Metcalf boys
Metcalf,
was
okay.
with real guns.
Right.
I heard
Yeah,
SWAT ran up in their house
Oh,
because
Oh,
they saw
right.
them.
the
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also a lot of people talk about how the Republicans are racist. A lot of the Republicans are looking at Carmelo like Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what's crazy.
Mhm.
They like, if he was threatened, he was threatened. He was protecting himself. So, and it's a lot of Republicans.
Hey,
You would be
look,
surprised,
dude,
bro.
Listen. I sat up here and said I'm not condoning that he did it, but
No.
I definitely understand it, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. I'm not saying that he was right for that, but I understand why he was in that position and made that reaction. Now, can it be justified and clear? It should be, or it can be. But I mean,
Well, a
shit,
lot of the
man.
Republicans.
Somebody come bullying on poor little 41-year-old Jay Moore and see what happens. Hey, listen, I'm gonna have a knife. I told you the other week I keep 2.
I don't
I'm
agree
gonna
with
cut
it.
you, I'm gonna stab you,
Well,
I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna
this
shoot
is
you.
where we're
You
at.
can't tell somebody go ahead and touch me and then stab them. That's weak to me.
You don't
You can't do that.
antagonize the
Yeah.
situation.
That's my opinion.
We'll see what's going on.
Yeah, you
Because,
definitely don't antagonize the situation.
I can see if you
He
was sitting
may-
there, you wasn't saying nothing to them, they kept fucking with you. Then they pull it in. You know what I'm saying? That would
Yeah.
make more sense to me.
Yeah, man. Everything may get
Definitely,
dismissed.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We're going to have to hear more stuff out of the court documents, more
yeah.
affidavits, and
Yeah.
Actual facts that we can.
It may get dropped down to like manslaughter.
Yeah,
and all that
he
stuff,
have to
so.
serve some type of punishment for taking somebody's
But
life.
I
You
mean,
know, Mr.
I hate the
Metcalf's
situation.
life was valuable. as well.
Rittenhouse. So I don't know.
It
He
depends on
might
the
walk.
state. It
He
depends.
might walk, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of
Yeah.
Republicans that say it, and they agreed that he should.
Lot
They'll
of
turn on Fox News.
a lot of factors to
Mhm.
consider.
Also,
it definitely is. It's
Puerto
definitely-
Rico done went out. The electricity done went out.
Yep.
Again.
My whole
We need to
thing
send
is-
some tariff money over there. Send some money to Puerto Rico and
Man,
help them
hold
out.
on. We
Ever
talked
since
about
that
this
storm,
before.
they've been
It's
in
a
trouble, bro.
It's one of our states, in case y'all forgot.
No, it's a territory. They're not a state.
Yeah,
But they should at least get some federal funding.
No, but technically, they list them as a state now. Puerto Rico, United States. List them as one of our states.
It's just a territory. They don't list it as a state.
Look, you got that phone right there. I want you to do it.
I looked it up. The mayor says that they're just a territory.
Okay, so
They haven't made them a state.
Their territory.
But they still should receive federal funds and they've got certain federal guidelines they got to go by. So they need to get them together, man. It ain't right for them people to have to keep on living in darkness and the food spoiling and all this other stuff. They good at letting people suffer, man.
Do
But
they
when it comes
have
for some
that-
bullets, we got the money.
How was their power grid set
one of
up?
them things about that's what I wanted
Because,
to. go over.
Canada has a big portion of our, power grid. So now I'm curious on Puerto Rico's power grid because I have no knowledge on who provides their.
Well, look more into it. We'll
Yeah,
look more into
I
it.
definitely will because that's suspicious.
That's something we have to look into if
That's a
we're
lot of
bringing
people,
that
man.
up.
Yeah, it's from my understanding, it got damaged when the hurricane came
Hurricanes.
through in 2017.
The big, yeah.
And it ain't
When he
been
was-
right since.
When he was tossing the paper towels.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what happened.
I know.
Let's talk about. We'll talk about, man. Well, anything else on the Carmelo Anthony, man? Cause y'all went over it a little bit, man.
Like I said, I don't agree, man. You got to go tell somebody if you that in fear of things. His friend should have helped him out. Ain't no way you gotta pull a knife
That's
out,
what
bro.
the whole thing
You
is.
see what
When
I'm
I found
saying?
out he was talking to his friend,
Why the friend
it
ain't
was
helping?
like we should have got beat up together or whooped
Right.
somebody ass together.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with the power thing, we're gonna have to look more into Puerto Rico
How they
with the
grid is set up.
Yep.
Yeah.
how much damage, because we know it was some pretty major damage, but we're going to have to find out how much damage it was, how much did they get repaired, if anything.
Right.
And that's another thing that's, a notch on my dislike Trump list.
Yeah.
So
He needs to send them some money.
stuff like that, which it's a notch, but it's been like 6 months. So I got to give him a little time to see what he do. Maybe he'll go down there and throw paper towels again or do something else stupid.
But I mean, with him, we kind of see where he going with things. Like, you should have like some things you don't like and things you do like about everybody. But most of the time, with everybody else, we got a whole bunch of shit we don't like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of even here. It should be even.
Yeah, man, that's the thing with us, bro. We look at both sides.
Right.
Man. You gotta examine both sides.
Yeah.
And to be honest, bro, that's the only way to evolve.
Yeah.
You can't be stuck in one way, bro, or you just gonna be stuck in one way forever. We'll go on to. It's looking like some ninja news time, guys.
What up?
Anything else? Huh?
What up?
Ninja news? All right.
Diddy go on the trial next month?
Well, Diddy done been to court. People don't know he's been going to court and stuff. And he went to court Thursday. I think. What's today's date?
It was hearings.
No, I think it was the 18th. Yesterday, he just went to court, bro.
Today the 19th. So
He
that was yesterday.
He went to court like yesterday morning because Diddy wanted the trial to be pushed back 2 weeks, and then 2 months.
Oh.
They filed it for 2 weeks, and then when it got looked over, no, they filed it for 2 months. They were supposed to ask for 2 weeks. When they looked over the documents that his lawyer sent, it didn't say 2 weeks. It said 2 months. So that was another notch against it.
Right.
And he wanted his case delayed, and it got denied. The motion got denied. Either yesterday or the day before yesterday, he went to court.
So it's still
May
May
5th.
5th.
Yeah, it's still gonna be May 5th now, guys. From the results, and also a lot of documents came out. A lot of it redacted.
Yeah.
But
that made me a little mad.
They did give.
Protect people's names, though, sometimes.
They gave a lot of information, bro, including that stuff was going as planned. It wasn't getting delayed.
Right.
One thing that wasn't redacted that I saw on the document is it said minor.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, it did say.
Sorry, Minor. It said Minor victim number 2.
Yeah,
Minor. It
I
said
definitely
Minor
seen
victim
on the
number
document.
2.
So that's at least
Minor.
2 of them,
It was
It's at least 2.
complete redacted paragraphs, and in the middle
It said that.
It said Minor number 2.
Minor.
Number 2. If you get what we're saying, guys. So it's at least 2 little minors.
Or maybe it was a code. A code.
Nope. No.
It was a code.
No. Yeah, man. So the guy was messing with them babies.
Yeah,
Man.
man.
Allegedly, according to court.
It ain't.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. This is a
Legal
notarized
documents.
legal document.
Yes. You guys can go see the redacted documents. They're released. All the documents are being released, and his lawyers redacted the documents. The feds to the point where they don't care. Because they have so much info on them, they're not even releasing everything. And they don't want to give him this delay because the victims feel a certain way. They like, you didn't gave him information, which we told you guys a couple shows ago, that his lawyers asked for, the victims and stuff, and the co-conspirators. He got it. He got that information now. His lawyers got it, and a lot of people are known that didn't want to be known.
Right.
So, the case is going on as proceeding, and a lot of the victims are happy about it because
Yeah, the
they
longer it
fear
goes
for
on.
their life.
Right.
You know, a lot
right.
of them are flying from different states, and
You could hire somebody to take them out, make it look like an accident or something, anything. So they trying to get it over as soon as possible.
oh yeah.
Get to testifying on that record.
Well, the thing that's crazy is he asked for a speedy trial.
Right.
He asked for it.
And
Diddy said he wanted a speedy trial.
And what did I tell you about
Yeah.
that speedy trial? That
Yep.
could be a good or a bad thing. It's only good when they ain't got no damn evidence, bro. You got a mountain on you. Here it comes.
Yeah.
You gotta be smart about your your path, your order course,
Yeah, bro.
Your order
Well,
course.
It's hard to want to waive those rights. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like you said, they got a lot on him. So
Yeah, man, they got so much stuff on them. They ain't
Yeah,
even
either way.
releasing it to everybody. And his lawyers feel like, from the stuff that they did give him, like, God damn, shit, bro, we need some time to like.
Hold on, I got kids.
What?
Look, I got kids.
And we were
I can't
talking
be stuck
about
on this.
3,500 megabytes
Yeah.
of files and audio.
And
Right.
20 terabytes of videos. Remember the 20?
Oh, I
terabytes.
found out it's 237 pieces that they're releasing so far of videos
wow.
and pics.
Wow.
So it's 237 pieces of these files that we talked about before
Yeah.
that they willing to release. So it's 237 of stuff that's worth probably at least 10 terabytes, because they probably ain't releasing everything.
Of course not.
So we're looking at 10 terabytes of probably videos and pics and stuff already that they're, using against him right now. They might be the whole 20, but it's 200 and something videos and pics of it, guys.
Well,
So found that out as well.
I did not know that.
From there, bro, we'll move on to his buddy, the last person I was rocking with him. Did y'all hear about Ye? He changed his name to Ye, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's getting sued, guys, for SA.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
SA.
Somebody coming after him. Huh?
And ST. The same thing. The trafficking and the assaulting.
Wow.
The idiot tweeted that he trafficked and assaulted his employees.
He tweeted that shit.
He said it.
Yeah.
He said it himself, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
If perjure
So
was
then
a person,
somebody sued him.
if perjure was
No.
a fucking person,
It's
bro.
him. His picture in the
No,
picture.
she was suing him
Yeah.
before it, right?
His face right there.
Oh, and then he gave him evidence. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's smart.
And I bet you
Man,
gonna
this
have
got to
on
be
2
the
Jesus
dumbest.
pieces right
Yeah.
next to the damn definition of the word.
Hey, man, this
Smart.
got to be the dumbest guy ever.
I don't even understand how you can really get yourself that far up
This
your
idiot.
own
They keep on
ass.
giving you things to distract you from the terrorists and all that other shit.
Oh, man, I don't even know. I don't need to be distracted from no terrorists because I believe we heading in the right direction with that.
Well, I'm talking about other stories.
I don't think mainstream white people is looking at Kanye anyway. The whole thing with this that's bananas, bro, is this fool tweets about his mom.
Oh,
And
did
he tweets his mom was in the women
Oh, wow.
and she was messing with the babysitter. And the babysitter was obviously a woman. So he says, you mess with your employees, Mom. I learned it from you.
Oh,
That's
God.
what he
This
said.
nigga, wow.
No, that's what he
Yeah,
said,
bro. I'm trying to be rated PG-13 or
Bro, you see my
you know,
face?
babies can even
I
yeah.
want the drop kick
understand.
in his face. Like,
Yeah, man, your mom ain't been here in a minute. You wanna
and now this is the excuse. And how you gonna?
So yeah, man, that's he.
I don't even pay attention to that dude no more, man. When he did the interview
Well, man,
with the
he'll
Black
be-
Hood,
Yeah, he'll be back.
I stopped paying attention.
He'll be.
Oh,
Why do I keep doing
I heard
that?
the
Yeah,
shoes are comfortable.
yeah. That's terrible, bro. But yeah, Lisa Bloom is the young lady's lawyer, and she even came out. Lisa Bloom, you know, the attorney. She was like, "Yeah, the dude just flat out told us everything he does to his employees." She was his. No, the young lady was his assistant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. She said that he he put something in the drink. He hit her with the D rugs, and she encountered him and the diddler at the same time with a D
Wow.
rug situation. So
Uh,
man, and yeah, man, this
not
idiot,
the do-rag situation.
the D rug,
The
you
do-rag.
know.
Yeah, the
Said
do-rag. The
Yeah.
do-rag.
So, yeah, man, the dude, I think he even tweeted that he done D-rug.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Diddy J, I can't remember. He might have even said he done
Oh,
D-rug.
See, when
Yeah,
people used to
man.
tell on themselves, they used to put it in paper, man, and it was hard to find. When you put it on the internet, it's there forever.
It's like screenshot. Anybody got it? Screenshot. Oh, I deleted that. Nah,
It don't matter.
nah.
Man, they got the thing where they can pull up shit that's been deleted, like it's called like the Internet History Project or something like that.
Bro, you
Man,
can't really
yeah.
delete nothing off your computer. Go look in
Oh,
the
right, right.
registry editor.
Yeah. Yep.
What was I about to say? Oh God, I don't want to. But yeah, man, more, just more.
Here's the epitome of, ooh, that's hot. Why you keep doing it? Ooh, that's you just
Yeah.
stupid. Ah.
Yeah, it's just bad with this
Oh my
guy.
God, bro.
Bad with this
So
guy,
I'm talking
man.
about it gotta be a distraction.
I don't know what kind of
Man, that Holly
rugs.
weird get to
I
you.
don't know what kind of rugs he on or how much money he think he got, man. But
Yeah.
That's what Holly weird do to you.
He was the
Yeah.
last one rocking with the diddler. He was selling Sean Johnson, and
oh my God.
he was
Johnson.
he was selling Sean Johnson and
Man, I
putting
know I ain't the only one.
putting swastikas on his clothing,
Yeah.
which
That's
is
power.
a symbol of peace.
Right.
If you really do the history on it.
Yeah, that's why I just didn't know what his purpose was.
But yeah, man, even with the Black Hood, that comes from the Black Moors. But you would look it up and they would say it comes from that, what, Capriote or something? Capriote? Capriotti. But you just got to do your history on stuff. The black clams looking suit, the black one, came from the Moors. They wore that. Black Moors wore that. And I don't know if they were on the same thing, like some Templar type trying to hide their identities when they did certain things, but certain black Moors wore that. I'm gonna have to do more research into why they wore it, but they were the first ones to actually wear a black
Oh yeah. And
look Klansman suit, but
as
that
well
ain't
the
what
Capriati, Copri, Cap, however you say
I don't know what the
it.
intent is. It just look goofy. We ain't on that now. It's
No,
2025.
exactly. We ain't on half of what's kind of like you said. His
Do
shoes
a phone
was
interview.
His shoes was comfortable. His shoes comfortable, like you said. The clothing ain't even all that. It's like bum wear.
Bumwear, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. Why
Yeah.
is there so many hoes look like the Brooklyn Brawler on WWF?
Trying to think any more ninja news. That's it. Let's go on to some sports. You got something?
just one more on the Ninja News. Y'all put your stuff out there for your boy Boosie Badass. Boosie Boo. He ain't doing too well on health,
Yeah.
Wasn't he in that car accident?
Yeah, he
What
got
happened
shot
with
at
that?
in Cincinnati.
Oh my goodness.
Like a couple things. I think he had an anxiety attack not too long before that.
Got shot at, had the accident.
Bro, he diabetic, had
Yeah.
cancer. We can go back.
Yeah.
It's like when God give you signs, bro, it's like, go sit down with your family.
Yeah,
Just go sit down with your family, bro. You done it all.
So in the Ninja News, maybe hit him up, but I don't, tell him to sit back and chill or something. I heard about it, and,
Yeah.
it bothered me because he's going through a lot. You know, rich or not, I don't know the man, but still.
Chill out a little bit.
Yeah, the ninja, you know, that's all I really had.
All right, guys. Playoffs started in the sports.
Playoffs!
Basketball, NBA,
Playoffs!
NHL, like Mr. Anderson said last week. NHL and NBA playoffs.
Play-in games, and the Mavericks was eliminated. The Kings was eliminated.
Yeah.
Dallas?
Bulls.
Yeah.
And Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dallas. Memphis just put them out.
The Bulls, and who else was eliminated?
That was it. It was 4, wasn't it? You said 3, and I said Dallas.
Dallas.
The Bulls.
The Bulls.
You said the other 2 already.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's interesting because you can go into the playoffs being 10th now. Makes you just want to get that 1 through 6 and not have to be dealing with that crap.
yeah. Playoffs should be good.
Oh yeah.
Who's playing today? We have the Pacers. Pacers. I'm trying to go in order.
Yeah, the
Pacers,
and
Milwaukee,
the
and the Bucks.
They
Yeah.
won. The Pacers won.
Pacers won.
117 to 98.
This game on. It's a game on now, right?
Yeah. Clippers at Denver. Clippers up 53 to 49. And at 6 o'clock you got Detroit versus New York.
New York, yeah.
8:30 Minnesota versus the Lakers.
Yep. The Lakers game later was Jay Moore. Wanted to, Jay Moore, Super Lakers, man.
I mean, well, you know, it's so far.
Oh, that was the other team, the Bulls and the Hawks.
Hawks.
And then the Mavericks and the Kings.
Yep.
That's what it was.
Sacramento.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Okay.
You said them though already.
I didn't say the Hawks, that's what I was saying.
I'm a Ramon fan. You know.
Yeah, he messed with LeBron, Kendall, James.
I definitely.
I wanted to bring that up in the
advocate.
engineering. That's what I know.
No damn Barbie dolls. We, as men, agree it could have been a WWE style wrestler, a kung fu grip,
Bro,
maybe with a slap action.
bro.
Yeah.
LeBron should have
Barbie,
got.
bro.
LeBron gonna be dating Barbie? Like, what's going on with that?
Bro, he might get the Black Savannah Barbie.
I would appreciate if it came out like that.
That's what they needed to put out, bro.
A couple things.
That's what that would have been
a
wrong.
Savannah line.
Yeah. They should have put out a Savannah Black Barbie, not no damn LeBron doll, bro.
He should have got a kung fu grip LeBron who
G.I. Joe
got a
or
basketball
Yeah.
and maybe his fingers went into the ball or something.
WWE, like
Or
you said.
yeah, man, like you
Yeah.
said, one of them good WWE figures to where he came with a ball and not a purse.
LaKen.
I'm sorry, a fanny pack.
Yeah.
LaKen.
LaKen James. Yeah.
LaKen James.
LaKen.
Got on plaid dress pants with a varsity jacket and tennis shoes.
Man, he is the happiest.
Y'all need to get Savannah together, man. Stop doing that.
We don't know what's gonna happen once the poop hits the fan. Savannah might bounce, or she might have been at some of them parties.
Who knows?
But who knows? Savannah might bounce because I remember at Bronny's first game. The first game because the wife said something, and he got in the game, and Savannah was sitting with the daughter. And boy, as soon as he got out the game, she just dipped. She was like, they got up and dipped. My wife was like, well, she look upset. I was like, yeah, that was. But it was like she wasn't there to see LeBron. She just wanted to see her son play his first minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
But she got up and dipped. It wasn't like
That's funny.
I'm about to go to the bathroom. She had this look on her face and everything. Like I just
Oh
came
my
to see
God.
her son
I
play.
had to wait all
First
the time.
minutes. Yep.
That was it.
Oh man, that was the greatest. But yeah, man, playoffs should be good. A lot of good games tonight.
Who y'all got coming up?
My squad play tomorrow. The land play
We ain't-
tomorrow.
You know, the land ain't playing today, so we ain't even talking about that.
Yeah, we got Miami.
Yeah, who y'all feeling? Who y'all feeling?
We already been through that. It's gonna be us and Golden State. Us. I want to say OKC, but for some reason, I think Denver gonna go stupid. But us in Golden State, man, or us in OKC.
This OKC matchup might be something.
Cause everybody talking about us in OKC
Who
against
OKC
anybody
got in the
but
first
Cleveland.
round
And,
again?
man, we probably gonna get to running through people.
Now hold on, who OKC?
When Boston play tomorrow?
Memphis, yep.
Yeah,
Got
OKC
Memphis
play
and
Memphis. They
OKC
got them
tomorrow.
last night.
Orlando and Boston, Miami and Cleveland, Golden State and Houston.
Tough. Boston got. Oh yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Orlando.
They ain't got Jalen. But man, Orlando, they some dogs.
They're not gonna be easy.
They got to play who we played last year.
Yeah.
We had
Orlando.
New York and Orlando.
Yeah.
That's what we had last year. Because we was what? Second.
How in the hell did we lose their first round? Oh, never mind.
We ain't lose the first round, did we last year?
Against
Oh,
New
we
York.
won in
We
seven.
won. We lost
We
the
beat
second.
Orlando,
We beat Orlando.
and then we lost to Boston in the second round.
No, we had Boston. So the year we had New York was the year before that.
Yeah, it was the year
Alright.
before that when
Yep.
we lost in the first round.
Yep.
I'm tripping. All right.
But yeah, they got that schedule we had. So, but yeah, it's some good games, man.
Yeah.
OKC got Ja.
That's gonna be good. I think that's gonna be good for OKC. They may put a little rundown on.
You want to go over some NHL? You the only one who fuck with it.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know nothing about that. I might know. I think I know Wayne Gretzky.
I know. Oh, great. Now I don't even want. I can't remember his name. Oh, PK Subban.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know the black hockey player, the commentator, PK Subban?
Nah.
Yeah, he all over the TV. All right, well,
He
Barker
said he
don't
all
wanna
over
go
the TV.
Barker don't want to go over
I
hockey.
don't know nothing about that.
Let's talk about let's
Boxing. Can I throw some boxing in, y'all, real fast?
What happened with the boxing?
Deontay Wilder has a fight coming up, y'all.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Um,
I told him.
He ain't fought in a minute, has he?
Yeah, I told him. I'm the one who told him.
I don't even know what to say.
See, he want to bring it up, but don't know what to say, because that's what he said when I brought it up to him. He was like, he's coming back. I don't know what to say.
I used to fuck with him so tough, man.
Yeah.
And then it's like, man, I mean, I just see, you know, fighting is fighting. I get it. You know, sometimes, you catch the wrong punch, you go down. I get that part, but this dude just fell apart. That one white cat that I can't remember, who pretty much, from what I looked at, his career, he's a jobber. So he throws fights, he takes punches and falls, he takes dives. So Deontay Wilder and somebody else beat the dude up back to back off real questionable punches. And then both those same people got beat the hell up in a real fight. The next fight, then he ended up fighting a big Yang dude, and I don't know what was going on in the crowd with his girlfriend, and him turning around doing 360s and got his dumb ass knocked out.
Huh?
And every time I hear him, and in his interviews before the fight come up or whatever, and I'm just really learning how to box, and I'm looking like, dude, you had like 50 fights. How did you learn how to box?
That makes no sense.
Oh, man, I don't mess with Deontay.
So in the fighting world, Deontay got one coming up. Also in the boxing world, they talking about Floyd Mayweather with this.
That's
him investing $400 million
Going
in
bankrupt.
apartments, but apparently something is more important about him going bankrupt with the same amount of money.
I don't believe he going bankrupt.
So I don't see, because I
That's
thought he was
impossible.
almost like close to being on the Billy side,
I think
'cause
he
the boy had a lot of money.
He either owned a gas or electric company in Vegas with Warren Buffett. That's his business partner.
I did want to throw that in as far as on the boxing. Ninja news.
Yeah,
They
man.
have all that money and then go bankrupt. He either never had it or they lying on
And
him.
he got
And
that
that's the
ass
whole
on
thing.
it.
People saying he never had it. Even De La Hoya and them saying he never had it. The Paul Duty fought Logan, the one, the younger one,
Right.
or the smaller one.
Low. Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people saying he never had it, or he just feel like he ain't got to pay people because I think he owed him, the Paul dude, still like 2-3 million.
Oh, so that might do it then.
Um,
You get in the debt and then they charge you interest and shit like that, and now you owe more than what you got.
Real quick, sports draft coming up.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Next week? It's the what? 24th, ain't it? The NFL draft.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, NFL draft.
Yeah, it is April. You're right.
Yeah, y'all niggas lacking.
Yeah,
Y'all stuck on one sport.
I ain't worried about the draft.
Man, hold on,
We gotta
please.
talk about it in sports.
I'm
This
football
the
to
fucking
the
football
day I
head,
die
nigga.
now.
He don't even know.
NBA stuff
I want to see the free agent stuff. Who gonna be the quarterback for the Giants? Who gonna make themselves better? That's what I want to see. The
Where we
draft,
sitting at in the
they
lottery,
don't even know who they want to be number one.
No,
Either
that's what I wanted
Travis
to talk
or one
about.
of the quarterbacks.
and that's why
That's
I'm
what I
at. When
wanted
we
to
at
talk
in the
about.
draft with who we want, hell yeah,
I mean, I
can't
know
wait
enough.
because we don't need to make no mistakes. But you know how I feel about our secondary on defense. Our secondary's been a little shaky. Our receiver core got tore down a couple years ago. So, with this draft coming up, I know we got a good chance at getting the boy, but that's not going to be the solve for the team.
No.
So with this draft, I'm in good spaces, cause I'm feeling like we're gonna land them. But if our boys don't really complete the whole fucking team and cover the grounds that we need to fulfill and add to, it's gonna be another wasted season.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Should be a good draft.
Yes, the draft I'm in high hopes with. I really
Yeah,
am.
it should be a good draft, man. We'll see. I wanted to see what you guys thought, but yeah, I'm thinking for some reason we either gonna get Travis or Cam Ward.
Yep.
I feel like we got Flacco back. Really,
Is it sad
Awesome.
that I really would rather Flacco start and somebody else go behind him because he's so seasoned and he know what the hell to do and how to throw the
yeah,
ball?
man.
That's what's
Flacco.
gonna end up happening.
Yeah,
He gonna
Flacco
beat
throw
Kenny
interceptions, bro.
I mean, that's okay.
But that's the best quarterback on the team.
You know what I'm
right
saying?
now.
He gonna
As
beat
far
Kenny
as his
Pickett.
judgment,
Yeah.
accuracy, and power and knowledge of the field, and I need him to start.
And he a winner. The boy won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you can't never take that away from
All right, guys. I think that's gonna wrap it up there. It's a long ass show.
him. Yeah.
Okay.
We almost did 2 hours too. We did 2 hours.
Yeah, you
3
got your
minute
wish.
shot.
You got your wish.
Yeah, I did.
It's gonna.
I did.
We recorded this show on Saturday, bro. It's probably gonna take 2 days for it to go up. So I should have it up for you guys by Monday, Tuesday. But man, I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. Please like, comment, subscribe. When I post our names on the bottom, I don't think none of us really rock with like the Facebook or the Twitters.
No.
Those are our IG handles.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to follow us on the gram, them are IG handles. But before we get up out of here, I'm gonna let y'all rock out. Anything y'all want to say to the people before we ride?
As I start and I finish, path to everybody. Stay
Path.
focused, man. Order course.
Mr. Anderson, anything you want to say to the people before we ride?
Following the government should not be your religion.
I agree, man.
He ain't never lied, though, bro.
I agree. That's 100% facts.
Never lied.
100% truth. Also, following other things shouldn't be a religion. I'll just keep it at that. From there, man, hope everybody have a beautiful Saturn's Day. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. Hope everybody's vibrating at a good frequency. Hope everybody's energy's positive. And for sure, man, we really hope everybody is giving and receiving the love that we all deserve. Until next time, BlackMinds out. We love y'all.
Like, comment,
7
subscribe.
7 paths, baby.
Tell your brother about the show.